This game is brought to you by Score Sports, the leader in sports videography. For all your videography needs, reach out to us at www.scoresports.com.
like Goldsack on your team was looking for a flag of some sort. She was turning around asking the ref why he wasn't throwing it.
Well, sometimes you just got to play through. The referees will call what they call, and you still got to do your responsibility. Active on that play was number 35. That is Adisha Butts. Big third down play coming.
Over to Cooper. Finds a hole in the right, gets away from one, stays in bounds.
Just too big a load, man.
Did a good job of staying in bounds. She was almost forced out by number 13, Outlaw, but then corralled by Espinal and Molina, but they pick up another first down. Vixen are driving.
She's 5'6", 175 pounds. That's a load coming out there if you're a cornerback.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. And the Sharks called their first timeout on defense.
There's a timeout on the field. Timeout. Sharks. Give you the first Sharks timeout of the first half.
So Coach Kyle Copeland wants to gather his troops together. Right now, Minnesota steadily driving the ball on the ground. And the Sharks have to gather and figure out a way how to bring down Cooper.
They're using a good chunk of clock, too. They've already burned 4 minutes off the clock on this drive. That kind of drive keeps up. You know, it's definitely going to wear down the Sharks' defense.
The good thing about Sharks during the season, they've played a lot of teams that like to run ball control, and basically it's about field position. You know, you try and get the ball back and flip the field, and right now you got to try and stop this first drive. Timeout's over.
Vixen offense gets back up to the line.
3 yards outside the red zone.
See what Hanson's got up her sleeve this time.
First and 10 for the Vixen.
Quarterback
Hanson keeps
sneak.
the ball.
Quarterback sneak.
Wow.
Number 12 on the quarterback.
That's why you cover the center.
Yep.
You got to cover the center on short yardage.
It's going to be another first down.
Hanson's had a number of touchdowns this year, keeping the ball, busting through herself through the line like that. And a lot of them are from outside of the red zone like that, where she actually has an opportunity to break free. Tank Nelson, the ball carrier, gets taken down quickly.
Another tackle by Kim Rose. This time stopped her before she got some momentum to get around the corner. Vixen knocking on the door right on the 11-yard line. They can get a first down.
Sharks going to have to put another man in the box and go straight man coverage right here if you're going to stop them. Because right now playing cover one is not getting it done.
Little slip there. Pass complete. Number 87, Janessa White.
Number 87, Janessa.
Kirsten actually slipped on that pass and still had enough power on her arm to get the ball to the receiver. And it's now first and goal for the Vixen, knocking on the door.
Great first down for the Vixen to pick up there. Gives an opportunity to get a fresh set of downs right close to the end zone.
Quarterback sneak again.
Looks like Hanson's about a yard short.
Yeah, I think she got in.
No signal for a touchdown yet. Just outside the one.
Oh, they
It
changed the ruling on the field.
Wow.
We got a touchdown, Hanson.
Okay.
The lines in the end zone are a little wacky. You got a yellow line and a white line. The white line is really hard to see.
Okay.
Hanson's also our point after attempt kicker here.
All right.
There you go. Vixen have a perfect drive moving down the field, mixing up both run passes to both Nelson and Cooper, a couple passes to Janessa White. End result, 7 points on the board.
Yep, 6. They won 67 yards all the way down the field and punch it in. New York Sharks now trailing 7-0. And let's talk about how both teams got here to this championship game. Minnesota and New York both had first-round byes. Had to wait to see who they were going to play in the second round. Minnesota, a big 35-7 win over the Wisconsin Dragons. The New York Sharks beat on the Columbus Comets 55-36. Then it was on to the conference championship game where Minnesota took on the Mile Blaze and blazed them with a 29-6 score. And New York Sharks dethroned the reigning Eastern Conference champions, the Tampa Bay Inferno, by the score of 42-21. Hence, that's why they are here today.
Both teams about equal travel distance. New York to Atlanta, Minnesota to Atlanta.
Yes.
So neither team can use a distance excuse for this game.
No. So back deep for New York is number 18, Nandi Brown, and number 5, Jennifer King.
Andre Vogt to kick off.
Taken by Brown. Still going. And finally taken down at the 26-yard line. Got to do a better job of corralling that ball. She wasted a lot of time, but she did get it and maintained the possession.
Finally taken out by Ashley Green. Got some statistics up here. You can see the Sharks, 243 points during the regular season this year, averaging 30.4 points a game. Total yards at 2,530. It's 361 yards a game. Great stats for offense there, including 802 yards rushing, 1,728 yards passing. Their defense only allowed 24 points per game.
And they're led by the WFA Offensive Player of the Year, number 30, Kara Mulligan. Handoff to Nelson, big hole, cuts the crowd, still going, driving down, and gets up to the 30-yard line. Quick
Number
gain.
18, Madison Schmatz in on that tackle.
New York Sharks offensive line, 61, Tankang, 50, Bernard, 75, Mineta, 70, Borges, and 74, Tolbold. Receivers, 25, Fields, 40, Molina, 81, Natel, and 2, Capardi. Running back number 20, Janelle Nelson. And hand off to Nelson. Hold again. Cuts through. Still going. Driving through. Has a first down and
again
more.
On the tackle. Once again, Schmatz is there, along with Connor Joe Lewis. They both team up on her to take her down.
Nice read there by Nelson. Cutting through. Two hands on the football. Driving through. Picks up a first down for New York. Quickly on the line of scrimmage they go. They have now bunch to the right. You have Capardi, Fields, and Molina. On the left is Natel. In the backfield, Nelson to the left side of quarterback Mulligan in shotgun. 1st and 10. And hand up again. Cuts back. Still going through hole. Has room tripped up. Almost. Oh, a
Schmatz
touchdown.
pushes her down. Swanson was there to make sure she didn't get back up. Another first down for the Sharks.
Nice pancake block there by 61 Tankang, allowing her to get through, and it's all the way up to the Shark 49-yard line. First down, and they mark her at the 47-yard line.
Schmatz hadn't been there to push her down. She could have gone much further.
Again, bunch to the right, wide to the left. Mulligan still in shotgun. And back to pass now. Time. Ball thrown into the corner. Overthrown, intended for 25 Fields.
Mugas on the coverage there. Probably would have been there really quickly.
2nd down 10 coming up for New York. Minnesota plays a 3-5 defense. 3 defensive linemen, 5 linebackers, 3 deep. Sharks now stay in the same formation. Capardi, Fields, and Molina on the right. Natel on the left. Nelson in the backfield to the left side of Mulligan. 2nd down and 10 from the Shark 47. Has time, handoff, hole, cuts in, still going. Has the first down, spin move, pushes the pile inside the 30-yard line. Penalty mark on the field.
Finally brought down by number 40, Ann Thyssen of the Vixen.
We got a flag, though, so we're going to see what we have. We got a holding penalty against New York. That's going to negate that long run. It's going to bring up 2nd down and long for New York. New York has been less penalized this year than in years past, but they got caught with the hanky right there. Okay, they're respotting the ball. Okay, the ball is put down at the sharp 42-yard line. It's going to be first down and 16. Sharks come out in double slot. Mattel and Capardi on the left, Fields and Molina on the right. Back to pass. A lot of time, ball thrown, caught by Capardi, and spin moves. Not going to go far. She only gets 2 yards. Sometimes you just got to take it and turn upfield.
Rylander and Connor Joe Lewis both in on that tackle. Connor kind of wrapped her up. Moose Rylander, an original Vixen from 1999, there to assist on that takedown.
Second down and 14 now for New York. In the same formation, double slots. Back to pass. Ball thrown. And, almost one-handed and then almost intercepted. Mulligan's got to bring that pass down a little.
Hey, Pat, how long have you been running the no-huddle?
We've been running no huddle since 2010.
So it's not your first rodeo.
No, not by a long shot. Fourth down, 15 coming up, and the punting unit comes on for New York. Into punt number 81, Maggie Nattel. Back deep is
Ellie Becker.
Number 2. Or number
and
3.
Emily Evans.
All right. High punt. Comes down. And takes a nice New York bounce and still rolling. And Nandi Brown is right there letting it roll down and will be down at the 15-yard line, where Minnesota will take over first down and 10. High punt.
That's a fortuitous roll.
Yes. And that's what you get on turf. You don't know which way the ball is going to bounce. 6 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Vixen up 7-0.
Sound, right? Somebody's watching a live broadcast and they said they're not getting sound.
They're not getting sound now. They've been getting sound the first 5 minutes. I appreciate the update.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't
totally understand. Yeah, of course.
So Minnesota 85 yards away.
Right, you can see the Minnesota season record here. Look, they won all games until they went to Kansas City the last week of the regular season. They had one forfeit this season. Madison Blaze decided not to come out to Minnesota.
That sucks. First and 10 for Minnesota.
See what Minnesota can do here. Kirsten Hansen at the realm.
ISO run.
Right to Cooper right away.
Tackle by 18 Brown.
Change of formation. They went to the I.
Minnesota does a good job of mixing up as well. They go I.
Yes, ma'am. Nope, talk to me. Nope, talk to me.
Remind him for the first call.
Gain of 6 on that play by Cooper.
Greg, you're on.
Cooper and Nelson have been workhorses for Minnesota this year.
Penalty marker on the field.
That ball was just above the fingertips of White.
And we got a penalty against Minnesota that'll back them up 5. So instead of 2nd and 4, you'll have 2nd and 9. To the 16-yard line they go. 1 penalty each on each team. Penalties are drive killers.
I'm an Oakland Raiders fan. I know the penalties are drive killers.
I can be from Minnesota and be an Oakland Raiders fan. How's that work?
Hey,
I can tell you.
I'm from New York, and I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, and I catch a lot of slack for it.
Hey, between us, though, we sell most of the jerseys every year. Got Nelson coming up through the center there.
Tackle by 77. Oh, we got pushing and shoving going on. Hey, come on now. Let's play it clean.
It's getting a little chippy.
Actually, believe it or not, the Raiders franchise was originally awarded to the city of Minneapolis in 1960, but they declined it in the hopes that the NFL would offer them a franchise the following year because it was when the Raiders were still with the AFL.
And 1960 is the year that Dallas Cowboys were founded.
So I can honestly say I'm Minnesota's first football team.
So what we got? Okay, what's going on?
Kind of looks like
we
the
got a
personal foul on
penalty.
New York.
I know Coach Alessandro is not going to be happy about that. They
That's
had
what
him
we-
backed up.
That's what we call a drive sustainer.
Yes, it is.
You know, and something
And-
like that just keeps the defense out on the field for
Yes,
you.
it
They're just
does.
going to get even more and more worn out.
And that's not a skill penalty. That's a mental penalty. You got to keep your head at all times. Don't know who they called that on.
Well, there's lots of pushing and shoving going down
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah. And it's usually the retaliatory that gets caught,
Yeah.
not the one that initiates.
The big ones get pushed and shoving, and it's never good.
Yeah. So they got a first down now. All the way outside their 30.
Barber on the bottom. Hand off to Cooper.
Nice tackle there by number 40, Crystal Molina. And 57, that's 27, Darlene Hall.
All right, so looking back at the graphic for the rest of the year, you can see the Vixen went into the postseason June 30th. Their third meeting with the Dragons, they beat them 35-7. And then the first meeting in the history of the two teams between the Vixen and the Blaze was a 29-6 Minnesota victory. That's how they got here where we are today.
Both these offenses are not adverse to putting points on the board. 2nd and 10 now.
Hanson under center. Cooper the carrier. Cooper finds a hole.
Going to get up to the 45.
She's got good vision.
Right on the edge of that down marker. We'll have to see where they.
Yeah, hopefully she's okay.
There's some Vixen stats, Brian. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Vixen?
Vixen team offense this year, defense, they only allowed 12 points a game, which is a little bit worse than last year. So their defense year in, year out, the Vixen defense is right there. They've got great returning players each year on the defense between Crystal Nunez, Madison Schmatz. This year they've got some great rookies, number 70, Chelsea Swanson, who's just a beast when she gets through that offensive line and gets to the other side. And then on the offensive side, they're steady. Same thing as last year, the year before that, averaging a little over 35 points a game, averaging 104 first downs on the season, which is 17 first downs a game. That's what wins you the games, if you can convert those first downs, whether it's on a penalty, whether it's on a pass play, whether it's on a third down conversion. You get those first downs up into the double digits like that every game, that's going to win you victories.
And that's why these two teams are where they are, because they like to sustain drives. And like you said, Brian, first downs, move the chains, keeps defenses on the field. They get worn down, and then you start piling the points on.
And that was actually Cooper on that drive that came off the field as an injured player.
Yeah, a little shaken up, but it's good to see her up and walking about. It's always good when you see them get injured and they get up and they're walking under their own power. 3rd down and 1 coming up for Minnesota. Kirsten has done 2 quarterback sneaks.
Would
She
not
has a
be
touchdown.
surprised to see one, but this time, nope. This time it's a handoff to Nelson. Tank gets enough for the first down. Still going, spinning through players.
They covered the center right there to stop the quarterback sneak.
Yep.
Should have brought pressure from the outside.
Here's the problem. You cannot attack these ladies above the waist. You got to get them below the waist because they are top heavy and they are strong. So the only way you bring them down is down low.
And I can't speak for you, but when I go to the after parties, I love knowing that these women got my back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen. When you're there all by yourself and you got a whole bunch of 6'4" women that play football, I don't think you're too worried.
No, not at all. All right, first down again. Kirsten Hansen waiting for that snap.
Oh, almost
Tripped
falls
up a little.
down under pressure.
Manages to get the pass off.
And hold on.
Was complete to Barber. Hear a number of whistles.
Yeah, a lot of whistles. So we got to see what's going
Yeah, I
on.
think it's just incomplete. Nah, there's somebody down.
Okay.
See if we can get a shot of who it is. Our vantage point is not very good.
No, it's not.
Do have some flags as well.
Oh, do I have flags? Okay, I didn't. Okay, I see it now. I see the flag now. So it's a Sharp that is injured, and she's up. That's number 35, Khadijah Butt. She's up, walking under her own power. We got to see what the flags are. And Coach Alessandro said he wanted to take them back, so it looks like, I'm
Coming
not going to
back.
assume, it looks like it's on Minnesota. but we want to wait for the official to make the call.
Well, I know Pat said that the Sharks don't get penalized very often. What about the Vixen?
Vixen, they are when they get their penalties are position penalties. So they're getting the lined up wrong, they're getting the offsides, they're getting the pass interference. They're not getting the mental penalties, as Pat stated. They're not getting the personal fouls for whatever it happens to be.
Right.
Sounds like both teams are pretty disciplined. I imagine that's how you get here.
Yep. So I'm still waiting for a signal from the umpire to tell us what the penalty is.
That's a good shot. Stay there, hold it.
Okay, we're at a loss here, ladies and gentlemen. We just have to wait and see.
The fans are angry by the
Yeah,
call. They've already figured
the call
it
is
out.
killing somebody. So
What it looked like they picked up the flag because the ball is still, and they're moving
They're
the
moving the
chains.
markers. So they are going to call that a completed pass, number 13, Sam Barber.
just waved it off, I guess.
Okay.
Had a conference and waved it off.
So first down for Minnesota inside New York Shark territory again. 3 minutes, 32 seconds left to go and counting in this first quarter. They're up 7-0.
And on a side note, Cooper is no longer sitting on the bench.
Looked like early movement right there by the left tackle.
Yep. And
Whistles, that play is being whistled dead.
all right, so that's going to be.
That's actually Cooper with the ball there, so good to
-5.
see her back on the field.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Do you see? You saw some early movement? Because I don't see a flag.
It looked like she was moving before she was supposed to. Maybe she's really quick.
Right. Faster than a speeding bullet.
Right.
So it's going to be a short loss on the play. It's going to be second down and 12. They come out in that tight ace formation. Back to pass. Under pressure.
Hansen throws it this time.
That's a dangerous thing to do, falling backwards and just chucking it up.
I would not have been surprised to see Barber make that catch, however. She's been known to make those all year. But, yeah, Hansen did a play there. You should not release the ball. Take the sack.
Take the sack. That's it, because you don't, a lot of things
Throw
can
it
happen.
out of bounds. Throw it out of the reach of anybody in the field to play.
Throw it to your coach.
Right.
We see that.
But here's it. You're falling backwards, and you're falling to the side of your throwing arm. A lot of things can happen.
You cannot see where that ball's going to end up
No,
when
you
you're going
don't.
backwards.
Barber made a great play on the ball, but, I mean, that's just a heads-up play by your receiver. And now we have whistles blowing. I don't know why. There's a flag. For what? Okay. They're moving Vixen back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to get you the calls as best as we can. But if they don't make a signal, we can't tell you what it is.
We make up our own penalties. Let's call that one delay a game.
That's
Okay.
going to take us to 3rd and 17.
Yes. Obvious passing down.
Hansen
to
in the
pass.
shotgun. Oh, that one came out really off the ran.
So that's going to bring up 4th down in a punting situation for Minnesota. So the Shark defense gets away from that personal foul penalty and makes them have to give up the football. But Minnesota's going to try and flip the field with this punt. Who is your punter?
We've had a couple injuries all year round. I'm excited to see who's going to be out there right now punting.
Okay. And looks like a number 2, maybe? I don't
Number
know.
2, that'd be Ellie Becker.
There's a snap. And there's a kick. And taken
Gets
by
a
Brown.
good punt.
Makes a move. Bumps into her own person. Gets to the sideline. Cuts inside. And finally forced out of bounds.
Taken down by Barber.
And
Barber
Nandi
can
is
receive
upset.
the ball, and she's on special teams taking him down as well.
She's upset that she ran into her own player who was trying to make a block. But Nandi Brown is very elusive. She has 4 returns for a touchdown this year, setting a record for the New York Sharks.
Looks like the Sharks are going to start out about the 26.
Minute 37 left in the first quarter. Sharks are going to see if they can get something working on offense here before the end of this.
Mulligan back on the field. Nelson in the backfield to her right. whistles blown to be put in play. And you've got Nattel and Capardi on the left, and Fields and Molina on the right. Shotgun. And handoff to Nelson. Tripped up, makes a move, still going, and takes down a gain of about 5. Tackled by number 15.
Number 15, that's Crystal Nines. She's the one that had that 101-yard pick six against this same team 2 seasons ago.
Pick up what looks about 2 or 3. Gonna bring up 2nd and 7.
Back to pass, ball thrown, caught by Capardi, makes a miss, and finally taken down.
Nines again on the tackle. Thyssen had a hand on her, just couldn't pull her down.
Nice gain, looks like a gain of about 4.
Capardi is very shifty. She's only 5'5", but she's shifty with the feet. 3rd down and short coming up for New York. Mulligan in shotgun. And hand up to Nelson. Has the first down and more. Still pushing. And finally taken down just outside of the 40 at the 39. And it's going to be a first down for the Sharks.
I like the call on the power right there.
Yeah, Cynthia Red Bryant was in on that tackle, number 96.
Sharks in the same formation. Mulligan shotgun. Nelson to her left. First down and 10 from the Shark 39-yard line. Back to pass. Ball thrown.
Oh, Nines gets through the line.
Oh, man. It was in and out of the hands. That was a definite touchdown if Fields could have brought it in, but it could have, should have, would have.
Amanda Atkins on great coverage there.
Yeah. My daddy used to always say if bullfrogs had wings, they wouldn't bump their butts on the ground.
Now, if that's not a Southern saying, I don't know what is. 24 seconds left to go in this first quarter. 7-0 Minnesota is up. 2nd down and 10 for New York at their own 39-yard line. Double slots, shotgun. Time. Thrown.
Dyson was right there. Rylander right behind her.
Squeeze the ball for crying out loud.
Suffering from a case of drops right there was Jennifer King. It's going to be 3rd down coming up.
19 seconds left in the first quarter.
Want to give a shout out to the mother of the owner of the New York Sharks, Grandma Shark, who's listening down in Florida.
Y'all know that song?
And hand it again, Nelson. Oh! Cuts inside, outside, still going. Stiff arm, has the first down and more. Down to the 45.
Final Nines and Rylander on the tackle. That's going to bring up the end of the first quarter here. They'll have time to set the chains. I don't know if they're going to let the clock run out.
And the Sharks are on this end of the field. 45 going in, first down. And lots of momentum.
3 seconds, but the clock will start when they put the ball in play. So I don't think they're going to get a playoff in 3 seconds. 1-0, that's it. End of the first quarter.
That's a good spot to stop anyway. Just got to turn around and walk 10 yards.
Yep. I'm sure the officials on
As an offensive lineman, I was always really happy when quarters ended in the middle of the field.
So at the end of the first quarter, Minnesota has the opening drive for a touchdown. They lead 7-0. Sharks have it 1st and 10 on their own on the Minnesota 45-yard line.
Kirsten Hansen with the quarterback keeper gets the touchdown, and as the point after attempt gets the extra point as well.
Yes, she does. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Division II WFA National Championship game. Pat Brown along with Brian Sweeney and Adam.
We're down here in Kennesaw, Georgia.
Kennesaw, Georgia.
Yeah, man, Fifth Third State Bank here at Kennesaw State. It's a really nice facility.
So let's break down this first quarter, gentlemen. Minnesota dominated as far as time of possession. They got the opening drive. They scored on their opening drive. Their second drive got stalled by a penalty, and then they got pushed back by good pressure by the Shark defense. Sharks now get it. They start getting effective on the ground, starting to move the ball. Nelson doing a good job of busting through, making people miss. Right now, New York has to gather themselves. They had a pass drop that could have been a touchdown, but, sometimes you got to come back to a play later on that was successful, and, you don't forget about it. You just put it in your pocket.
And a great time right there for the quarter to run out. Sharks are on the drive, heading towards the end zone. They get a free timeout right here. Go to the sideline, collect your breath, talk to the coach for a minute, come back out.
Yes, indeed. So here we're going to start the second quarter. Sharks have it 1st and 10 on the Minnesota 45-yard line. They're trailing 7-0. Shotgun. And handle again to Nelson. Bounces to the outside, inside. And going to fall forward. Gain of about 5 for Nelson. Nelson having a good first half right now.
Nenas and Bryant on the tackle there.
Who's that playing in the middle?
96?
Yeah.
That's
Check
Red
that.
Bryant, an original Vixen
Check
from
that.
1999.
That was number 26, Caprice Gray, 6-year starter for New York. She got the 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 for New York.
I don't know the exact count, but I know Red has at least 2 grandchildren.
Back to pass. Time. Ball thrown. Oh, in between both receivers.
Good coverage by Minnesota on that. He had Train Griffin down there, number 80 covering.
Well, she's eliminated anything in the middle. I'm just here to tell you.
3rd down and 5 coming up for New York. Big play here. Want to keep that drive going.
She's Gilbert Brown-esque, holding down the middle.
Should see her when she gets the sack.
So they go trips right now. You have Capardi, King, and Fields. On the left side is Natel. And back, hand off to Gray. Ho, cuts inside. Going to be close to a 1st down. Might have it, might not. We got to wait to see where the
Bryant
spot is.
there on the tackle.
So far, the power's been pretty good to the Sharks, where they pull the backside guard right there and wrap on the play side backer. That's been an effective play for them.
So Caprice Gray goes out. Nelson comes in. It's going to be 4th down and short for New York. Big play here. You got big Cynthia Bryant on the nose. Now Sharks come under center. See what's going to happen here. Motion. Handoff. 1st down for Nelson and more. Still going. Wow, what a nice drive there by her legs.
Swanson finally stops her.
Inside the 30, down to the 29. That's what you call the peekaboo play right there.
You guys run a lot of jet, Pat?
We used to, and then teams got hip to it, so we got away from it and didn't really get back to it. Trips now to the right, and back to pass. Ball thrown, and Natel didn't keep running. You got to keep running. 2nd down and 10. You don't stop your pattern no matter what, because you never know. The D-back could fall down. The ball could bounce off the helmet. You know, a lot of crazy things happen in this sport.
That ball's got to be to the outside. She's got to put that one where only the receiver can get it.
2nd down and 10 on the 29-yard line of Minnesota for the New York Sharks, 12-7-0. Back to pass,
Swanson
ball
right
thrown.
there.
Oh, Mulligan is a little off right now. King was open, nobody was around her. She could have got it to her. She could have made some moves and made a play.
She's had some good pressure. The Vixen defense is getting through that line, getting to her.
3rd down and 10 for New York. Same formation, bunch to the right. Capardi, King, and Fields. On the left is Natel. Nelson to the right side of Mulligan and shotgun. And it's going to be a run. And this time, Minnesota was right there, said, no, we're not going to be fooled by this one this time.
Train Griffin on the tackle, number 80.
Tried to draw right there. It was a good idea.
4th down and about 8. Sharks are in 4th down territory. They're inside the 30-yard line.
Okay, here we go, Pat. Go-to play, 4th and 8.
4th and 8, you want to isolate your top receiver, which is number 81, Maggie Natel, who's on the far side of the field, one-on-one.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go, trips to the right, 4th down and 8. Back to pass. Time, thrown, and caught by 81 Natel for a 1st down, Sharks.
I'll tell you what, Pat, you got a crystal ball over there?
No. That's just what you want to do. You want to get your ball to the playmaker on your offense, and she's the playmaker. She's the leading receiver on the team, leads the team in touchdowns and receptions, so that's who you want to get it to.
Caitlin Hill was on that tackle. She actually had 2 interceptions during the American Conference Championship game 2 weeks ago.
Handoff up the middle, driving through, and down to about the 5, second down and goal for New York.
Ninason on the tackle there, number 15 for the Vixen.
Number 20, Nelson, on the carry. Sharks now threatening. 11 minutes, 35 seconds and counting in this second quarter. 7-0, Minnesota is up. And back to pass. And now thrown and caught. It's a touchdown, Sharks by Capardi. 7-6 is the score.
All right, big play right here now.
Flag on the play.
Okay, what is the flag?
It looks like they might be pulling this one, taking this one back.
What do they say? Holding on the Sharks. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Worst possible outcome for the Sharks right there.
Yes, it was. So it's going to be first and goal, but it's pushed back. And high, handoff to Nazaire, and nothing doing. That play was busted right from the start because there was way too much penetration, and the snap was high. That was number 19, Nazaire, on the carry. It's going to be second down and goal. Caprice Gray in at running back now, number 26. Third and goal. Trips to the right. Back to pass. Ball thrown and over the hands of 81 Natel. Going to bring up fourth down and decision time for Coach Alessandro.
Great coverage by number 26, Caitlin Hill, on that play.
The running back, number 26, has got to engage that defender and give Mulligan that space that she needs. So it looks like New York is making the decision whether they're going to go for it here, and yes, they are. They're going to go for it. Fourth and goal on the 15. You hate having penalties take points off the board. 10 minutes, 39 seconds left to go. Fourth and goal. So anything left in a touchdown is a turnover on downs. Ace formation now. Natal Capardi left. King right. Back to pass. Ball thrown and caught for a touchdown to Capardi. It's 7-6.
Just right down the seam, man. That's too easy. Oh, there it is.
That defender tripped up.
Defender fell down. That explains it.
That explains it.
Connor Jo Lewis lost her footing, went down.
Extra point attempt coming up by number 81, Maggie Natel. And that, listen, like I said, anything can happen in this game. Slip, fall, trip. You know, a lot of things happen in this crazy sport. You got the immaculate reception by Franco. Nobody saw that coming. Extra point attempt coming by Natal. Holder is Molina. Snap, hold, kick up, and right down the middle. We got a tie game, ladies and gentlemen.
7-7, 10:33 remaining in the first half.
Championship football, baby. Here we go. A little microcosm of 2 years ago. Minnesota got up early. Sharks battled back. Minnesota got up. Sharks battled back. It was
a
back and forth
game. I know there's plenty of people in the stands here today, plenty of people watching around the country, that this was the game they were expecting. They were expecting a back-and-forth game, both teams playing well on offense, both teams playing well on defense. If you take away the penalties from this game, I don't think it would change the score, really.
No, I don't think so either. You are exactly right. That's a great observation, Brian. So now Minnesota is going to go back to receive this kick. Maggie Tell is also the kick who's going to be kicking off.
Barber waits deep.
So now the opening kickoff, they kicked it to the upback, and upback turned around and pitched it to the returner. I don't know. That's kind of dangerous. What do you think?
Well, we'll see if Evans decides to if she gets the ball, she decides to do the same thing or not.
I mean, you're actually giving up yards when you're tossing it back like that.
Yeah, I understand letting the returner return, but tossing the ball around, not such a good idea.
No.
It's a funky front for the Vixen.
Yeah, 3-4-2-2. I mean, I don't know. Listen, I've seen a lot of funky things in this sport. Over 20 years playing, 30 years coaching. Natel approaches. And we got whistles blowing.
Yep, we got a player up there. It was offsides before the kick.
Okay. Now, you know what? See, again, that's a mental error right there. You're told you watch the kicker and you don't go ahead of the kicker. And you can see her. So, I mean, you know, there's no reason for that. So now you just cost 5 yards. So we're going to reload 5 yards apart. It's a nice cool evening here at Kennesaw State University.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
A lot better than the weather that was out here a couple hours ago for
that Division III game, man, it's hot.
Give a congratulatory shout out to the Orlando Anarchy, who won the Division III national title over the Arkansas Wildcats. So here we go again.
And there's the kick. Nice deep kick.
And still rolling around. And still rolling.
Oh,
and she finally picks it up. And tackled by 18 Brown right at the 20-yard line.
I think she thought that was going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, she was hoping it would go out of bounds.
Yeah.
You see a whole lot of white jerseys coming at you.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, maybe I should pick this up.
After watching that first kick, that penalty was a good thing for the Sharks here.
Turns out that way.
One of the white ones.
So Minnesota has their third possession of the day.
10:27 remaining in the half. Score tied 7-7. Minnesota still all 3 of their timeouts. New York still has 2 of their timeouts.
Yes, they do. Had to take one on defense. So Minnesota comes out in tight ace. Under center is Hansen. And toss.
Pass back to Cooper.
And Brown's there. And open field tackle by Brown.
Nice play.
Right back to the line of scrimmage.
That's what you call a great open field breakdown. Steady the feet, chopped it, then right at the waist, then down to the feet. That's textbook.
Might be a loss.
That might be a loss of 1, yeah. Loss of 4. I stand corrected. So 2nd and 14.
Brown has a history of having to tackle big running backs. She doesn't like it too much. So handoff up the middle. And going to bring forward. That's number 34.
Tank. Yep, Tank Nelson.
That's a great nickname, Tank.
Tank. Well, it's kind of like when you watch her when she runs through these games, she actually rolls through the players much like a tank rolls over the turf.
I got you. So she gets, I think, that 4 yards back on the loss. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 coming up. 9:25 and counting. 3rd down. And Hansen takes off running, still going, and tackle down, but I don't think she has enough for the first, so I think it's going to bring up a 4th down, and you don't want to try and go for 4th down inside your 25. Nice move there on the linebacker by Hansen, but you got to have ball security. She's got that ball way out. All it takes is a finger. Boop.
Ball's gone.
So the punting team comes on for Minnesota. Sharks get a 3 and out.
Ellie Becker back to punt.
And number 18, Brown, back to receive, standing on the Shark 45-yard line.
About due, Miss Brown.
There's a short kick going out, and takes a sharp bounce, still takes a sharp bounce, rolling, and finally goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So excellent field position for the Sharks. So it comes out to be about a 20-yard punt for Minnesota. Not the fault of the punter. It's that turf, man. That turf monster gets you. You want the ball to roll your way, but
and that backup penalty where they had to re-kick, that flipped the field.
Yes, it did. So Sharks come out. They go to the bunch to the left. Capardi, Fields, and Molina. Right is 81, Natel. In the backfield is 20, Nelson. And hand up to Nelson. Still cuts inside. And going to be tackled down at the, let's see, the 36-yard line, just short of the 35.
You're watching this. You gotta watch that.
Gotcha. 10-4, good buddy. Second down to 6 after the 4-yard gain. Now they go twins to both sides, Fields and Molina right. Handoff. Nope.
Finds a hole.
Ryan Holt.
Oh.
Ball thrown.
And it's all fooled.
Oh,
Intercepted!
But he got a flag. Oh.
Trying to see who gets up with that.
Looks like they
Number
might
4,
have
Amy Mugas gets up with the ball.
But we have a flag.
Yeah, I think that was some extracurriculars back here.
It might be after the interception. We don't know. We got to see.
Yeah, I think it is one of the offensive linemen, number 74 for the Sharks. I saw him mixing it up with somebody.
Mugas, she had her first pick 6 this season.
So the officials are confirmed. We're going to see what's going on. And let's see. Personal foul against Minnesota. Oh, is that going to negate the interception?
No, it was
it's not. After the play.
It was personal foul. It's a dead ball play.
Okay, so it's going to be half the distance to the goal, so they'll get it 1st and 10 on their 15. But it's a turnover by Mulligan. That's our first interception since week